Okay, good evening, everybody. What's up? What's up with you? Let me tell you, the French baguette was delicious. Oh, yes. I slapped around the emo clown's face. Oh, slap like this. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. What's going on, everybody? Good evening. Welcome. Welcome to hopefully the conclusion. I'm hoping that within the next, 2 hours I can beat this. I did put in a solid 2 hours of gameplay last night, a little bit more than that. And I'm thinking we can get it done tonight, hopefully. We'll have to see. But Burial at Sea Episode 2. Quite a long DLC compared to the first one. Burial at Sea Episode 1, actually, I ended up beating relatively quickly, even though I did take my time. It took me maybe about 2 hours to 2.5 hours. And this one already we've put in, over 2 hours. And people are saying, no, I'm not even close to being done with it yet. That I'm probably about halfway through. So I guess we shall see, shall we? Now, I am liking it. The story is quite interesting. The story is, it's seeming to me like they're going to link, they're concretely going to link BioShock Infinite with the original BioShock. Like, this is all backstory to the original BioShock. And it seems to me like this is going to explain how Fontaine got back to Rapture after he was basically got his ass kicked out by Andrew Ryan. It's interesting to note that maybe Andrew Ryan was a little bit too merciful, because he did tell everyone in Rapture that he had killed Fontaine, when in reality Fontaine survived. Maybe he just kicked him out, exiled him. I don't know. So, I don't know. We're going to see tonight. We're going to see what's going to happen with that. Okay? So that's the plan for tonight's stream. And of course, I will upload all this footage to DSP Gaming tonight as well. I'm excited for tomorrow. I don't know about you guys and gals. I don't know, what you're up to tomorrow. I don't know. But I am so excited because I'm going to get to start to play 2 games. Which were both came out during the era when I was not heavily into console gaming, when instead I was into competitive Street Fighter, so much so that I was, multiple times a year traveling across the country, dumping thousands of dollars into this hobby that, in some ways I feel that the competitive Street Fighter that I did actually helped me. And if, for example, getting used to sitting there in front of people and performing, playing it. Now, keep in mind, back then, it wasn't everything. Every game you played wasn't on live stream in a tournament, all right? But still, sitting in front of people, playing a game at a high level, being on stage, it's a whole bunch of confidence issues. It's a whole bunch of, basically, I learned how to be confident. I learned how to not be nervous in front of people, how to be a leader in a lot of ways. And it turned into things that have helped me, both when I used to have an office job, when I used to lead meetings and stuff like that. Now that I do this, this own self-employment business here on YouTube and Twitch, to not be nervous when I'm on stream or I'm in a video and talking, it comes natural to me. And, a lot of people couldn't do that. A lot of people have even said, Phil, how do you get this confidence? Where do you get it from? It's from all those years when I was publicly playing Street Fighter. It basically gave me a thick skin and made me not nervous anymore to do stuff like that. So in many ways, thousands and thousands of dollars that I spent, all the time that I spent traveling, the people that I met, I'll never forget it, I'll never get back into it like that, no freaking way. And I always, I do like Street Fighter, and I do play it from time to time, and when Ultra Street Fighter 4 comes out this year, I am going to be trying to play it at least semi-seriously online. I don't know if I'll ever travel to a tournament to play it ever again. I don't think it's really worth it, quite honestly, the effort and the time and the money invested, but during that period of time, I spent a shit ton of money and time in Street Fighter, and it is what it is, and I missed a lot of stuff. I really did. I missed out on the whole PS2, GameCube, even the early, Xbox 360 and PS3, those generations of gaming I completely missed out on, because I was busy with Street Fighter, and I had a PlayStation 2. In fact, I owned 4 PlayStation 2s. I'm not even kidding you, but guess what they were for? Street Fighter. running tournaments of Street Fighter. I owned barely any games for the console besides Street Fighter related games, such as Third Strike, Capcom vs. SNK 2, and eventually a version of Super Turbo. So, now for me tomorrow to be starting 2 new games. I did, by the way, just so you guys know, I did complete Infamous Second Son's Good Karma playthrough today. It was perfect timing. I finished it perfectly with the amount of time I had on the first stream today, which means that starting tomorrow, yes, I will be starting Resident Evil 4 HD on first stream. So if you're a fan of the game, you grew up with it, you liked it a lot, you want to see me trying it for the first time, because I did play the game. I owned it on GameCube, and I played through the first level, and I just didn't get it. I don't know. At that point, I just didn't get it. I was like, what is this? This isn't Resident Evil. This is nothing like the old school Resident Evil I remember. And I just didn't get into it. It's funny because at the time I remember I had moved to the city of New Haven, Connecticut, because I had a job in Orange at the time. Orange, Connecticut, which is like one town over from New Haven, Connecticut. And I lived in this apartment with 2 other people, 2 other co-workers of mine. So it was a 3-bedroom apartment. We were all, splitting the rent. And I said, I'm going to go crazy. One night, I said, I've been playing Street Fighter the whole time. I missed out. I've never even, had a GameCube. I'm going to buy a GameCube, and I'm going to buy a ton of games for it. And I remember I bought the GameCube, and I bought Metroid Prime 1 and 2. I think I bought a Zelda. I bought Resident Evil 4. I bought a bunch of games. I'm trying to remember what else I had. I bought a ton of them, right? And I remember it showed up, right? It showed up at the apartment, all this stuff getting delivered. And I go to play, and I started playing. I remember I played Resident Evil 4. That was one. And there was going to be 1 or 2 other of the games that I played. And first of all, I distinctly remember hating the GameCube controller. I was like, this is a child's toy. How am I supposed to control anything with this fucking thing? It looks like a play school version of a game console. And, I couldn't stand the controller. I remember that. And then I remember I was just playing it, and I was like, what am I doing? I just spent all this money on this stupid console. When here I am, I'm young. I should be spending time with my roommates. We should be going out drinking at clubs, meeting young people. And I'm sitting here in my room playing GameCube. I remember. It was funny because I remember when I was playing GameCube and one of my roommates knocked on my door and said, what the hell are you doing? Come on, let's go out to the club. And I was like, nah. And then I just want to sit here and play video games. They said, what the fuck is your problem? That's what's funny. There is still an entire culture of people who think that, like, playing video games is a loserish thing to do. These are the people who, go out and drink and socialize, and that's fine, but they also sleep around. So, I was not a clubber, let's put it that way. I liked being in a relaxing environment and drinking and talking with people. I do not like clubs. So, I remember eventually, I just didn't really play the GameCube that much. And, I eventually got rid of it. I just, what am I doing with this? Half the games that I bought for it, I never even opened. And I ended up playing more freaking Street Fighter. Which is what it is. I remember, dropping thousands more to go to Evos and do all this and that. It's like, there's so many different things I could have been doing with my life. But I don't know. It's funny how things work out. So, Final Fantasy X, I did play. I had it for PlayStation 2 at one point. It was later on after it was older. I don't think Final Fantasy X-2 had been out yet. Actually, I take that back. I bought Final Fantasy X and X-2 together because they were both discounted because they were old. And I remember booting up 10 and playing it for like 2 hours and saying, what the fuck is this? I hadn't played a Final Fantasy since 8. I didn't like 8. By the way, I didn't like 7. The last one I liked was 6. And I started playing 10. I remember being bored. Now keep in mind, after that, I've gotten accustomed to the overblown, overdramatic, very feminine-like male characters of the Final Fantasy universe that they've basically force-fed us since then. So, I don't think that it's going to bother me this time around playing that game, but it's just funny. 2 games that I owned before and played, but played very little of, and never got to experience the full experience of those games because I just wasn't heavily into console games at the time. It would be like, I would try these games when I was bored, and then I'd say, fuck this, and I'd go play Street Fighter. And I'm so different now. I'm so different. So different from back then. Like I said, I'd like to say that since I've been doing this on YouTube, and obviously now a year on Twitch. This is my year anniversary, by the way. 1 year now I've officially been on Twitch TV, live streaming daily, which is awesome. But, I do feel like I've matured as a gamer, that the way that I approached games back in 2008 to 2011 and 12 was much differently than the way I approach games now, which of course is absolutely hilarious, because if you remember, the reason I used to get so much hate back then, people would say, oh, could you suck and you don't actually try, and, this and that. Now I can get through a game like Dark Souls 2, I can beat it from start to finish, and now it is, oh, Phil's a hypocrite, Phil just cares about money, hates his fan. No matter what, there's always going to be bullshit. You know what I mean? There's always going to be negative bullshit. It seems like if it's not one thing, it's another. If it's not something, people will make something up. Right? People will always have a reason to not like me. Fuck it. I don't care. You know what I mean? I exist. I'm making a living. I'm having fun. I have a dedicated hardcore fan base that loves what I do. And that's all I care about. I don't care if I'm Joe Popular, the big, And it's funny because people who don't know me, or people who are friends with other YouTubers who I'm friendly with, like SSOHPKC, they actually have, in the past couple of months, since they noticed that I've been talking to, say, Seamus a little bit more, they say, I don't understand. I watch your content. I don't know why people hate you. And I say, you know what? That's because anyone who's a logical outsider, who doesn't watch 400 bullshit montages and stupid slander-filled videos, they probably wouldn't know either. But that's the thing. People are like sheep. They watch one or two things, they immediately believe. Some guy challenges me randomly. I don't know who the guy is. He didn't contact me. He made a stupid video challenging me to play Street Fighter or something. I don't even know what it was because I didn't watch the stupid video. People have challenged me over the years hundreds and thousands of times to play games, and I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in it. But this guy basically saying I'm not a competitive Street Fighter player. I was never good. It's like, you idiot. There's tournament history, you moron. You could go back in the annals and see the tournaments that I've won, the tournaments that I've placed at. They're all archived. Like, how can you say I'm not a tournament level player? You're an idiot. And then, I don't respond to the guy because I'm trying to be bigger than that and say, no, I don't, dude, I don't respond to people challenging me on the internet. And then he makes another video, DSP declines the challenge. No, I didn't. I didn't even acknowledge it because I don't give a fuck. And I get people messaging me, I hate you, Phil. I saw that this guy challenged you and you're a bitch and you're a fraud and you're not a real Street Fighter player. Like, oh my God. These people on the internet are so stupid. How can you be that stupid? It would take you 2 seconds to say Dark Side Phil tournament results and search. You would immediately get tournaments that I entered in the results. Evo East, multiple Evo Easts, Evo World. All kinds of regional tournaments from the East Coast, from California, from Texas that I've been to, that I was in and I placed at. The evidence is black and fucking white. How could you be so stupid? Oh my God. Unfreaking believable. But that's what I mean. This is the internet. This is the mentality of the internet. Someone made a video, it must be true. So when a bunch of idiots all band together to make videos to progressively try to slander my name, oh, it must be true. DSP didn't respond to one random person who challenged him to a game of anything. Oh my God, he must be a scrub. Yes. Unreal, so funny. I just gotta laugh, man. I just have to laugh. I have to laugh when this kind of stuff happens. It's funny how many times in my videos I bring up how I missed out on an entire era of console gaming because all I did was play Street Fighter. Phil's not a Street Fighter player. No, of course not. No. You can ask Justin Wong. You can ask any major East Coast player. You can ask, how many people can you ask? You know what I mean? If I was a tournament level, Arturo, anyone from Team Spooky, I'm going to tell you that, how are you going to say that I'm not a tournament level player? You got to be out of your fucking mind. My God, people are dumb. They're so gullible. They're so gullible. How could you be that gullible? Because a random person on the internet made a video you believe everything. You don't even fact check anything. You don't even go to Google and search 1 second. No, I believe it's Bible truth. It's Bible truth. People out there saying the most ridiculous. DSP is a pedophile. He met Partialy when she was only 15, and they were secretly dating behind the scenes for 3 years before she turned 18, and then he made the relationship public. What? What? Are you fucking stupid? My God, the shit people make up. It's like, wow. Someone actually said, I'm going to remain anonymous because I don't want to get into trouble, but I used to be a friend of DSP, and he was dating underage girls, and we all told him, no, don't do that, and he did it anyway, so now we're not friends with him anymore. What? What are you talking about? Yes, of course, because you know, I haven't been friends with John Rambo and Howard and other people that have been in my videos. I haven't known them for 100 years, and they would know, who is it? Who are these mysterious friends of mine that don't talk to me anymore? Who? I still talk to my friends. What are you talking about? And they showed not one shred of evidence, none of them have any shreds of evidence of any of the ridiculous, ludicrous things they say, but it's Bible truth, because it's the internet, ladies and gentlemen. It's the internet. And everything on the internet is true. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now, despite the fact that over the years in my videos, there's been evidence that I was dating other girls. If you remember back, I think it was like around 2007. No, let me think about that again. It was around 2009, 2010, around that time period. It was actually, I think I know exactly when it was. I'm pretty sure it was 2010. It was the summer of 2010 when I used to use my King of Hate HD channel, my old vlogging channel from back in the day. I went to a Renaissance fair with a girl, and you can blatantly hear me talking to her and her talking. And it's not Partialy. Yes, that was a girl I used to date. There's been girls in my videos. A girl who I did a full playthrough with once a couple years back. I mean, how stupid can you be? Yes, during that time period, I was secretly dating a 15-year-old. You got me. You got me. You guys are such great investigative journalists and detectives. You got me good. You razzed me. And how could you find me out? I don't know. How I could have been so exposed. I am exposed and nude. I feel naked. How dare you? You've shown the world my truth side. Yes, good for you. What the fuck? Unbelievable. Hilarious stuff, man. Hilarious stuff. Oh my goodness. So sometimes it's fun to just laugh about it, which is, what I'm doing here. I'm just laughing about it. It's just so ludicrous, the nonsense. The insane nonsense. And it's so ridiculous. So preposterous. But, it's the internet. So it's Bible truth, right? Here we go. I've never played Street Fighter. I'm horrible. I'm a phony. I never was good at it. I never spent a decade spending money traveling the country, getting my name in tournament results. And at the same time, when I say I always won, I took my licks. Trust me. There are many times when I just sucked ass. But, the annals will tell that there were a few times when I did pretty good. And yes, I'm a horrible person. I hate my fans. Here, I'll just come out and I'll make this statement for all of you. And it'll be hilarious if they try to misquote this, because here we go. Ready, everyone? Because this is obviously 100% true. I never played Street Fighter. I'm terrible at it. I'm a phony. I date underage girls. I only do YouTube to make money, and I only do Twitch because it strokes my ego. I hate my fans. I hate my viewers. I am the devil incarnate. I've come here to end the world. I'm a cult leader. My goal is to recruit thousands of people to become my personal hate army and to take over the world. I also like to slap little children, drive over kittens, and I regularly take shits in the middle of people's living room floor. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, there you are. That is the true Dark Side Phil. He has been revealed to you, and now it is up to you to decide whether or not you would like to watch my content from now on. Okay, there you have it. The truth revealed. The truth revealed. Alright, but anyway, to get back to my point, I missed out on a whole era of games because I was playing Street Fighter, so I didn't play Resident Evil 4. I didn't play Final Fantasy X. I only tried them and didn't particularly like them. I really get the feeling that tomorrow, when I start both of those games, things are going to be a lot different. I do. And I'm very much looking forward to it. Again, those games are revered as classics by people. So I am definitely going to, do my best to not only do good playthroughs of them, but to enjoy them and to see what all the hubbub is about. Okay? Alright, so I thank everyone for putting up with my foolishness. And I think it's time to start with the DLC tonight. What do you think? You think I've dicked around enough? Alright, very nice.